there YouTube, in this video I'm going to show you the SmartBoard 6000 series. So this board comes in a 55, a 65, a 75 inch board. So this board is an interactive flat panel, so basically it uses a 4K display instead of using a projector. This board is multi-touch, it is dual user. This one has 2 pens. So there's a black pen and a red pen. They both use Pen ID, so they write in separate colors basically. I'll do another video and explain more of that in depth. But these pens in the back of it, they have a little eraser, so you can erase little pieces of drawing you have on the board. They attach to the board magnetically, so you just do that. There's no like separate pen tray on it, you just attach it right here. This board, since it's multi-touch, the multi-touch boards they use cameras. So basically inside the corner of the bezels, there's 4 cameras, and those cameras see what you're using to write with or to draw with or to touch with on the board. So instead of like some other smart boards is pressure, you have to push hard on the screen. You can touch wherever you want, and it's not through pressure, but the cameras will see what's using it. So when you turn it on, this is what shows up. This is the home screen of the OPS system it uses. So without connecting a laptop, you can connect a laptop or another video source to the display, but it uses an embedded computer so you can write on it without having to use a laptop. So here it shows the date, time. I have a space background on mine. So here are your recent files. You can see your recent files right here. Your favorite applications, so the CAP Whiteboard, the browser, the player, the new Whiteboard page, and I can also click right here to files. So here I can see other files, recent files, downloads, board files itself, make a ready made activity. You can change locations on where you're going to save something to, and then I'm going to go click here to the home again. There's also applications. So here are all your applications for the board right here. You can also add a new application if you choose to do so. Here's an input. So if I click input, I can change input. Here's my connection panel, so you can connect to HDMI, USB for a computer. This is basically the computer you use, the OPS. So it's basically an external device that just slides in the board, and that's when you get to use these features. Basically standard on the board, I have an HDMI, a USB for computer A, and I can also use computer B, which is on the OPS slot. And then there's a remote control here for connections and audio out. I have the audio out cable to the soundbar. That's what I'm using right now. And then these are just menu buttons for the display. So I'm going to click home again. And I can also do screen share. So if I had a iPad or another tablet, I can screen share here. It shows you what Wi-Fi you're on. It shows you what the board is and what the name is. You can scan a QR code, and you can see up to 2 devices. So I can connect an iPad, an iPhone. They'll be right here. I can go from one device to another, and I can also write on it. I will do a video on that also separately, but this is how you get to it. So I'm going to click home again, and I get taken back here. So we're going to go to the new whiteboard session. So it brings me a blank whiteboard right here. I can choose what kind of paper I want. So I have a blank paper here. I can choose graph tool. I can do line paper if I want, dotted lines, and like a gray or black screen, and I can also write on that. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the blank page. So I'm going to pick up a black pen, and I can write black pen. Sticks back on magnetically. I can click on the red pen. So the board knows what pen is touching the screen. So basically, since it has Pen ID and since it's multi-touch, the black pen is black, the red pen is red, and I can use them at the same time. So that's how that works. It doesn't matter where you put them also on the tray, so whichever way works. I can move something around. I can use multiple fingers to move something. I can enlarge, rotate objects, move them on the screen, move the page also. Just like that. I can make the pen bigger. Let's say I want to delete this, I want to erase it. So to erase, I can use the palm of my hand, which will give me a big fat eraser. I can use the fist, which will give me a reasonable size eraser. And then on any of the pens, I can use the back of the pen, and there's a little fuzzy piece here, and I can erase little sections of something. So I can do this, erase it, or I can just swipe it like that. So I'm going to go ahead and pick any pen, doesn't matter. Let's move this, because I don't want that here. And I'm going to change the pen, so click right here. I'm going to change, there's also pen here, and there's also a highlighter, if you want. So we're going to go ahead and click pen, medium size, and then I'm going to go ahead and click the green one, and now I can write in green. So this is a green pen. Make this smaller, make the page smaller, that makes the page smaller so we have more space we can see. Here's the radar view, so we can see individual sections of where we are on the page. So here's the middle section right here where we started off. Then I can go this way to the right or to the left, up, down, and I can also zoom out to see the whole view of the page. So let's go ahead and zoom in here. I can go ahead and click a pen. Let's make the bigger size. Orange. And we can move this over here like that. And we can also use these features right here to enlarge also if you don't want to use two fingers. And you can also rotate it like that on the top. And then there's a drop down menu. So what the drop down does is you can just delete. So that's what this does, delete. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I can erase using multiple erasers if I want, and I can also undo if I choose to. So I can do this, delete, and I can also undo it if I want. So let's do that. So if I have multiple objects on the screen, so you can do, just write something here for, we can also choose other colors too. So if I want like a light blue, I can choose that. And I get a light blue color as well. I can also use this tool, which is select. So I can click that, and I can select multiple things and move them at the same time, just like that. So I can select this portion, just click it again, select this portion, and I can move this over, and I want to bring this one over here. And I can move this way. So I can do that. You can also go down to pan through your pages. So right now let's add a page. I'm going to click right here. I can add a blank page. I can add a shouted out activity. I can add a graphic organizer. So here are some options you were given here. So you can have a table, a thinking frame, whichever you want, a Venn diagram. So it adds a page here, so now I can click here, and I can see my two pages. I can also click here, and I can select what kind of pages, what kind of page type I want on this section. So we can do lines, and now there's lines within the bubbles on the page because it's transparent. So I can write here. I can pick a larger pen. I can write like that. I can write this. I can say it's 2 pens. It's 4K. Let's do that. And it uses that's a D, so let's use this eraser like that. and it uses DVI-T cameras. So that's that example. Let's go back to the previous page, zoom out a little bit. We can go over to this section. So we can add, let's make a pen a little bit smaller. So we can add pictures, and we can add videos. How do we do that? What we're going to do is click right here. It shows a picture, and there's a plus symbol right here. Type whatever you want. So in this case, we're going to type in Smartboard. It searches through Bing, so it'll find pretty much any picture you want on here. There's also videos as well. So here's other videos. You can just click on the video, it'll come into the file. So you just touch it, and then it'll come in here. And then there's also images where you can click a picture, it'll show it's loading. It takes a second, sometimes it's a little bit quicker. Here's the video. The other one should be coming in a second. Probably because the Wi-Fi is a bit slow right now, but usually it takes a few seconds. Also because they just reset the board before. So here's the video. I can move it. There's two of them actually. Oops. X that out. So here's the other picture. So I'm going to click on the picture itself, make it smaller. Let's see how, okay, here's the video, actually it's right here. Make this smaller a bit. Let's delete this, so we're going to go minimize this here. Use our select tool, move, pick up objects. Oops. Yeah, let's delete that. Okay, so, let's see. Bring this down, so I can write here, here's one of my images, and let's get a bit more space. So I can say this picture right here is basically what we're using right now. Let's change the color. And this screen is available in the 55, the 65, and the 75. Much newer displays now are pretty much 65, 75, and 86 inches. It depends which space fits your space, which board fits your space. So this one, the 6000, is available in these, and most newer ones are in these. So that I can go here and I click on the video, and the video will begin to play. So it just loads, it's from YouTube, and then it just plays really quick.
I'm Amy, a channel manager at Smart Technologies, and I'd like to talk to you today about SmartCap and how it integrates with our Smart Notebook software. This is our SmartCap 84-inch board, and I just use my regular dry erase marker to write on it. And then I can use my smartphone, Android or iOS device, to pair with the board, and then
So when a video is playing, you cannot really draw on the video, as I just tried to do, but when you're screen sharing your Android or your Apple device to the board, it will stop what you're doing. It'll make like a screen layer around it, and you'll be able to draw and save your ink, but here you can't. So here are my notes right here for this session. I can go ahead and also add participants if I want, so they can join in. So they just go to this website, they join my meeting, which is 80806, any computer or tablet, and they can join in the session. You can see teachers, student, and also edit the session as well and start sharing. So I'm going to go ahead and click back. So that's the basic things, the basic features of the OPS on the SmartBoard 6000 series. So also on this board, basically you can also see settings too. So all your device information, your launcher, wallpaper, you can change your wallpaper if you want, whatever you want. All these choices here. Security, remote management, screen share, and all sorts of settings are on here. So we can go ahead and go back. If you want to wipe out everything just to clean the board up a bit, you can click clean up, and then you click yes to clean up the session, and it just clears all your files from your home screen, and it just makes it more easy just to walk up for the next person to use it. So to go into the computer, we talked over the OPS, what you can do on here, the browsers on here without using the computer. So I'm going to go ahead down here on the panel. There's a moon, there's the input selector, the mute button, and then volume up and down. I can go ahead and click to HDMI 1. And then it switches over to the laptop. So once I'm on the laptop, I have full capability to use my features on my laptop basically. So I can write, I can open up applications, move things around. So let's X this out. And I'm going to go ahead and open up Smart Notebook. If it wants to, let's see. Let's open up a new one. So I'm going to double click on Smart Notebook. Right now I have Smart Ink working. I'll also make another video on Smart Ink and what those features are. Basically I'm just opening up Smart Notebook. And this computer I'm using Windows 10. Let's see. Here we go. So I'll make it full screen. So here we have the welcome. So I'll go into Smart Notebook more in depth in another video. But basically this is just a welcome screen so you can see some examples here, recent files you've been working on, and you can create a new file. So I'm just going to close this out and then make this full screen. So we'll go in more in depth with Smart Notebook later on. Basically I just picked up a pen. Right as usual, I can write my notes, move this around, enlarge it, rotate it, flick objects on the screen, and I could be doing this, someone else can be writing at the same time. We can both be moving things, we can be erasing and moving things. It works seamlessly in a way. So let's erase this here. I can also use two pens, like that, and write on the screen. And just like that. So this was a video of the SmartBoard 6000 series. This is the SmartBoard 6055i interactive flat panel. I will be making more videos more on this board. So to turn off the board as you usually would, you would shut off your computer or put it to sleep or whatever. But you would just click, without going to the back of the panel and powering it off to the main switch. That's only when you move the board. We're just going to double click the home button twice, the moon button, the sleep button, and it turns off, and then the crescent moon will be a solid orange light indicating that it's in sleep mode.